Hi, welcome and welcome back to Be Extra. This is a knitting podcast to support everyone's creativity. Be Extra, knit what you love and love what you knit. And today I am continuing this interview series for the Pride Pot Mal leading up to June. So basically, in June, we will start this make along. It's called the Pride Pot Mal. So as you can see here, the hashtag. So this is designed to be a fun and chill and to highlight the amazing work being done by the fiber community by its LGBTQIA plus members. So leading up to June, I am highlighting some makers and some designers. And in June, I suggest people who would like to, or I suggest people to join the Make Along. And if you are looking for some designs or some fibers, you can, check out these amazing designers and makers that I am highlighting in the month of May, going into June. Okay, so today we have another amazing guest. So this one, it's I love this guest, and I would love to learn more about their background because there is an intersection here between arts and science. And I haven't talked a lot about myself, but my background is in chemistry, chemical engineering, and I also love to do art, so this is perfect. So without further ado, I will add our guest to the stage, and here we are. Hi, Kat, how are
Hi
you?
there. Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So, Kat, please tell us who you are, what your business or your company is, and yeah, just introduce yourself to start with.
So, my name is Kat. I am the yarn dyer behind Cesium Yarn, which is a yarn business that I run with my wife based out of Roanoke, Virginia. We do hand dyed yarn, hand dyed fibers, and all sorts of fibery goodness inspired by science and nostalgia and anything else that we are drawn to.
Awesome. So yeah, so right away to the first question. So, your you have a chemistry background,
Yes.
and why is the name cesium? Does it have something to do with your research when you were
So,
doing your
I did
chemistry background?
So I did do my research in organic chemistry with
Uh-huh.
the transition metals, which is that
Yeah.
middle section of the periodic table.
Lanthanide.
Um,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
mhm.
Yeah.
And my research was focused on rhenium. However, cesium
Okay.
is my initials on the periodic table.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so
Very
that's how we
nice.
chose cesium.
Yeah, you are Cat Strickland.
Yeah,
Your last name. Ah, okay. This is all makes sense now. Okay, so a little bit more on the chemistry, if you don't mind. So you were
absolutely.
doing inorganic chemistry. So my background is physical, analytical, and chemical engineering. Were you doing catalysis work with your transition metal, or were you making some sort of oxide for materials
We were doing
application?
structural synthetic work
Aha.
to basically what my advisor had done was discover a novel compound using rhenium. And
Okay.
so we had done imaging and processing for the sake of research. Like there was no,
Okay.
it was about making a new compound and seeing how to
Yes.
do it and learning the reaction pathways that it would take.
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty. I'm pretty familiar with that. So the
Mm-hmm.
inorganic, your inorganic synthesis, and then later on you will, there will be like characterization, and further on if there is any application on that. So that's very nice. So when did you make the jump from chemistry, doing chemistry, into doing fibers?
So it was a really easy jump for me. I graduated with my degree in chemistry and physics in 2020. and I had
Oh,
absolutely no desire to go into the medical field. That was
okay.
not what I was doing. And the only science jobs that were hiring in 2020 were medical fields. Um,
Ah,
I had had enough medical experience in my life. I'm a cancer survivor, so I did not want to go
okay.
back into anything related to the medical field. That was just totally off limits in my mind. So I stayed at home and did what I needed to do at the beginning of COVID, graduating right into the thick of it. And I spent a lot of time knitting because I knit and crocheted while I was waiting for my hours and hours long synthesis to happen. Because my synthesis was like a 2 hour reaction on the hot
Yeah.
plate that just,
Uh,
you can't walk away from that kind of stuff. You just have to sit there and watch it. So I started knitting and crocheting then. And so as I was home during COVID, I started knitting and crocheting more. And then I was like, I really, really miss being in the lab. Let's see if dyeing yarn is similar. And it hit a
ah,
very similar place for me because all of the colors are made from, I use acid
right.
dyes. So it's all that knowledge and it's the same feel.
Yeah. So, oh, before we continue, would you mind sharing with people where you currently are? I feel like I'm taking you away from your
Yeah,
your current. Yes.
I'm at the Central Pennsylvania Fiber Festival with our yarn truck, Ellie, and we are set up here today and tomorrow. So today is
Oh, very
the
nice.
18th, and so we'll be there tomorrow as well.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. I hope you have a good event. Okay, so that going back to the chemistry. So I love that. And tell me, do you use still any of your chemistry background in any fiber process or processing your fiber? Because I was thinking, you know, if we can add, for example, like analytical chemistry into quality control of fiber, like yeah, color, and then making sure, like
Mm-hmm.
repeatability of your colorway. Is there something
Uh-huh.
like that that you incorporate, or
Absolutely. So I know a lot of dyers work from a stock. So like dissolve a certain amount of the dye powders into solution. So you have to get a certain concentration each time. And I have had so much experience when working in synthesis of like materials dropping out of solution and
right?
um,
Solubility, yes.
solubility and all that stuff. And different dye
Impurity,
powders have different solubilities.
yeah,
Every color is a different solubility. And I
yeah.
am just not comfortable trusting the solubility to be consistent from day to day. So I mix my dye powders by weight, by mass, every single time I dye a color. So I can measure out the grams and know that I'm putting the same thing into a certain weight. And because of that, I am able to scale the colors to different numbers in the pans more than you can if you're just doing like, oh, this much of this solution, this much of another. And I know that that works perfectly well for a lot of dyers, but there's just that science training that is ingrained in me that I'm like, no, I need to know that it's fully in solution because I
Yeah,
can see some of those particles dropping out even as you're dissolving it. And I'm like, this will not do.
yeah. Well, thank you. This is
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I have in mind, and I mean even further on. If you have a full lab, you will, because if you get, let's say, your material from different, let's say, a carrier or
Mm-hmm.
people. I'm sure there are different impurity, and different impurity will affect your solubility and affect your,
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
We
color.
had to change our location of our dye studio in the past 2 years, and re-going through the colors, the pH of the water in the one studio to the other has greatly impacted, and it's how colors turn out and how consistent they are and how fast the dye adheres to the fibers. Because what you're doing when you add the acid to the fiber is
Right,
wool has the barbs on it, right? And the
right.
fiber opens up those barbs further to accept the dye with the heat and the acid.
Okay.
And by having different water hardness and different pH, those will open up to different degrees and have the dye to stick to the fibers at different levels. So by having a different water just to start with, also totally changes the process.
Right. And I'm pretty sure this, like different color with different temperature will behave differently.
Mm-hmm. There
And
are
I'm
certain
sure, right?
different
Uh huh.
colors of dye have different solubilities in different parts of the dye. So a purple is made out of red and blue pigments, and
Okay.
the red will stick and the blue will wait for longer, depending on how high you heat it or how much acid pH there is.
Right. And I'm sure, the substrate or the material that will be taking that color will also behave differently. If you have wool, 100% wool, or wool silk, or wool whatever,
Silk does wild things to the way
right?
color will adhere. And I'm like, I'll be bringing up a scan and like, the dye didn't stick to it. It just didn't stick. It just ate all of the dye. I don't know where it went. Like, it's gone into the fiber somewhere, but it doesn't look like it in the same way.
So tell me, how long did you take to build your library of knowledge on processing your fibers? Does that,
I
yeah,
I feel like it's a constant learning process. I feel like each time I try a different type of fiber or a different breed of sheep, different breeds of sheep take dye differently because their fibers are all different.
right,
And
yeah,
so different animal fibers take things differently. And it is a constant part of wanting to learn more of how and why things are done the way they are done.
yeah,
And even more recently, I think a part of my whole business model is the scientific process because I'm trying to know the most about what I'm doing. I never feel like I have reached the end of what I could know about what I'm doing. So most recently, that has mean we work with a supplier in a mill, so we have our yarn made for us. But most recently, I've bought an entire fleece, and I'm going through the process of washing, scouring, prepping, spinning the fleece, so I can
right.
understand the full process of how things are done.
I have to say thank you for people like you who actually care about the science behind the art,
Mm-hmm.
because this is something that I really support, and I wish that you can, I'm sure you do, but, like connect back with the academia, even just to show, what is out there that people can do in terms of, like understanding, arts, using your science background. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, that is amazing. So,
Around.
oh yeah, Penny, your wife, is
Yes.
Penny also having a chemistry background, or
Penny has a
if you're
biology. She has a biology
okay?
background, so we're both scientists, and we both very much have that like deep desire to learn things.
Wow.
But it's really nice to have two different, and like when you go through a training, like scientific education, you adopt some of that ways of thinking of the people who teach you and how they
Yeah.
teach you and their
Yeah.
process of learning. And I think it's really interesting to have somebody trained under chemistry and physics side by side working with somebody trained under biology, where sheep fibers, especially like looking at the fiber structure of the cells and all that stuff, is very much biology based. Where I'm like, this fiber is sticky today. Like it feels sticky. And she's like, that's the lanolin. Let's talk about lanolin. I was like, okay, let's have a full discussion about this because I need to know more because lanolin is not as much in my wheelhouse as doing, inorganic chemistry. I'm not used to these organic things in my nonsense.
Oh yeah, I mean, that makes so much sense. Like, my background in chemistry is surface catalysis, so I have some
Mm-hmm.
surface chemistry background, and I love to understand surface phenomenon,
Mm-hmm.
surface properties. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure wool with different fiber length will
Mm-hmm.
behave differently, and then lanolin content. Like even if you
Mm-hmm.
just take SEM image or scanning electron microscopy image of your
Mm-hmm.
wool before and after and how they behave, I'm pretty sure you will even get more understanding of your process. And
Absolutely.
right, so yeah, there's so many things that definitely you can do, and just enjoy doing. So that's nice. So Penny is fully on board with, both of you are in the business at
Both of
this
us
at
run
the
this business
moment.
full time. So it's
Wow.
really nice to
Okay.
be side by side with my wife doing this
And it's
every
nice
day.
to right, to work on, your own business, and with your partners, every day. That's amazing. Nice. So let's go into your colorway. So I checked your website.
Yes.
Basic By the way, I'll put your IG as an information. So tell me, so there's this May colorway that you call Mamma Mia. Tell me more about that. Is that your favorite one of your favorite movies, or is there a
Yeah,
reason?
so we absolutely love doing anything inspired by our favorite movies or nostalgia. And the number of times a day that we we work together all day, like I said. So we'll be singing Mamma Mia songs from ABBA to each other as we're walking around the house. And we're like, you know what? Eventually, we just have to like do the
Post it.
colorways by this because that's just like part of who we are. And so to then bring people the joy of having the songs with them as they go through the colors is also fun.
Is it even fair to ask you your favorite Mamma Mia song?
That's hard.
That is all.
Um, I would say that the one that I've been singing the most recently, is Honey Honey. Um,
Okay.
but that is possibly because I just finished a pair of socks in that color. So every time I picked up the yarn, I was singing Honey Honey.
You have to
So,
sing it.
mm-hmm,
I saw Waterloo,
mm-hmm,
and I saw Take a Chance on Me, and
mm-hmm,
I'll definitely pick up the Waterloo and Take a Chance on Me, just because I love those songs,
uh-huh.
and also I love the. I'm not a big variegated person, but I love how Waterloo color combination is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that Waterloo, I guess the idea is the background of that last scene in the
That
movie.
last
Is
scene
that?
when they're all dancing together and like
Yes.
the dads are wearing their costumes for the first time. They're kind of like reminiscent of the Donna and the Dynamo costumes. Yeah, absolutely.
So one big question: where's Fernando?
I don't know. I don't know. It was so sad. We were like, we're running out of like, we had come up with our colors and we're like, we haven't used all the songs. Like, so maybe there'll be a
Yeah.
reprise because there is a Mamma Mia 2 and there are just as many good songs in that one. So I'm thinking there's going to be like a Mamma Mia Here We Go Again collection coming at some point just
Oh
because
my
I'm not
god.
willing to like be done with Mamma Mia and ABBA. Like, especially because Cher is in the second movie. Like, we haven't even
Exactly.
tapped into the Cher colors. So I think Mamma Mia 2 Here We Go Again is in order for a collection.
I'll be the first one to get the Fernando. Whichever color you will put as the Fernando, I need to get that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because Cher was this on the second one, so yeah, it's fun. I love this idea. That's why when I saw it, that's really fun. So, what other colorway have you done? Is it different for different months, or
Yeah,
yeah?
so we do different collections, probably about seasonally. We do Halloween countdown boxes. So last year we did
Oh,
Clue, the movie,
yes.
and
Okay.
this year we're doing Scooby Doo, and those will open for pre-order on Wednesday.
This
Um,
coming Wednesday.
yeah, and those will be they'll be. We're very big on accessibility, so we have lots of different price points and lots of different size boxes, so lots of people can participate in whatever capacity they are able to. But you
Okay.
could get up to 31 days full October countdown Scooby Doo themed
Ah.
with 24
Okay.
mini skeins and a full skein, and then
Okay.
notions and accessories and stuff. But then we've also done Mr. Rogers and
Lots of red, I'm assuming.
we have the nice
Okay.
Mr. Rogers red. You could do your
Yeah.
own Mr. Rogers sweater.
Uh-huh.
We've done just general like a fairy tale collection,
Okay.
um, with like sea witches and mountain pools and enchanted villages and um, what else? We're planning our Pride collection for June based
Oh
on
yeah.
um, historic queer women. not really like necessarily historic, but like
Yeah.
a large time range of queer women. Um,
Oh,
and yeah,
yeah. I'm interested to see that. Do you release the color before the month occurs, or it
we
releases the same month?
it releases the same month. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, I see. And then whatever, month colorway, do you keep producing them, or you go to the next, colorway, and if there's
we
enough.
leave the colors up on our website. So if we do a like for Mamma Mia, we have a pre-order open right now, and it will close so we can dye all the pre-order, and then it'll be added to our dye to order collection. Our pre-orders
Okay.
will have a longer turnaround time because when we first open a collection, we have more people buying the new colors,
Yeah.
right? Because they're more popular and new is new and exciting. And then once we have all of our pre-orders shipped out, then they'll be back. We'll add the colors back up to the website as dyed to order, and they'll have shorter turnaround time because people, it's not as much of a mad rush to grab the colors, which gives me more time to get everything to people.
Right.
It's more
Nice.
about setting an expectation of how long it's going to take the yarn to come because each skein is dyed by me.
Yeah, that is a lot of, work, and organizing and everything. So you are based in Virginia, is that
Yes.
correct? So do you have a brick and mortar store, or?
So we're an online based business
Okay.
only, and then we travel with our truck to shows and festivals and truck shows. So we do have some brick and mortar stores who stock us, and
Yes.
there's a list of
Okay.
those on our website. But
Okay.
we are primarily through our own website or through festivals.
Nice. So you do go to festivals, and I'm assuming you pick a couple of festivals per year because there are a lot
Oh,
of, right?
we
I don't
pick a
know.
couple per month. We are doing this
Oh,
full time,
wow.
lots of traveling. So last weekend we were home, which was really nice. This weekend we're in
Okay.
Pennsylvania. The weekend before that we were at a local show. And the weekend before that we were at two different shows. Penny took half the yarn one place and I took half of it to Maryland. Um,
Wow.
so we do lots and lots of festivals, which gives people lots of opportunities to shop us in person.
Right.
We also do trunk shows at different um, local yarn stores. So we'll have local yarn stores reach out to us, and it gives us an excuse to travel to different places we haven't been, and we'll go and set up our stuff there. Because I know we're going up to Boston this year,
Okay.
and we're going to Nashville, and lots of different places.
Where in Boston are you going?
We're going to Boston Fiber Company.
Okay. So I just learned about Boston Fiber Company from talking with Jules
Uh huh.
from my 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Jules. So Jules is in Boston or Somerville,
Mm-hmm.
and Jules collaborates with Boston Fiber Company.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know anything about that, yarn store, but I have a plan to visit them, in this summer. So when are you going to be there?
We're going to be there in August.
Oh, perfect. Okay, maybe I'll see you and
It's on
Jules.
our events calendar, which days we'll be
Okay.
there.
Perfect. So that is on your IG, Instagram, or
Yep,
your
we have a
website?
highlight on our Instagram
Okay.
that has all of
All
our
right.
events listed, and I believe it's also on our website.
Perfect. So August is perfect. So maybe I can try to schedule my visit to
That would be
Boston. I
fantastic.
Yeah, because I like to go to Provincetown, P Town in the
Mm-hmm.
summer, and I always stop by Boston before I take the
Mm-hmm.
ferry. Yeah. So nice. All right. So now let's talk about what you're wearing or what you're working on. So I see you have a shawl, a nice shawl on you
Um,
right now.
this is my uranium shawl. It is coming out at the end of the month, so it's one of my new patterns. Whoop, let me just get my
Nice.
phone. So it's a new pattern.
Okay.
It's a one skein wonder. It works with variegated
Ooh.
and tonals, and it's lace and garter, which means you have a little bit of lace to keep you interested, and then you've got
And then
garter to
garter.
just zip on through.
Yeah, very nice. Is it like a
It's
symmetrical type
it's
of?
like it is a triangle shawl. It's slightly
Okay,
asymmetrical, but it's not
okay,
massively asymmetrical, if that
got it.
makes sense. Because the
Yeah,
lace blocks out so much that it ends up pretty symmetrical,
yeah.
but you're only increasing every right side row. It's like yarn over increases every right side row, which makes it super easy to. Mm-hmm.
Right. So on the way back, it's just like
Just go
knit
back across.
straight, and then
Mm-hmm.
on the way. Okay, I like that. Yeah, because when you if it is I mean, if you don't have to purl, it's fine. But yeah, it makes it easier if it's just
Mm-hmm.
one side
Yeah, if you only have
lace.
like a little panel of lace on the side, which gives you a little bit of purling and a little bit of interest, but then most of your shawl
Right.
that you're zipping back across is just that garter that you.
Is that the Mamma Mia colorway that you're
This one is
using?
not a Mamma Mia colorway. This one is it is called Sky Sugar. We have our friends who joke that there are secret menu items. So they are the colors that I dye for shows and festivals, and you can find it in person. But I haven't gotten around to putting on the website. So,
Ah, okay. Nice.
mm-hmm.
So is it in testing at the moment
Yeah, it's
or
in testing, and it'll come out for the Virginia Blue Ridge Yarn Crawl that happens next starts next weekend.
oh, next weekend. So it will be released next weekend, I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming. Oh, very nice. Yeah. Is there so what is I know you're busy with with your business, but what is your current or what do you call work in progress
I
if you
am
can share?
currently working on the Market Henley by Perfectly Knotted by which is Claire Jackson. It's currently in test knit, and it's this like beautiful waffle stitch fingering weight sweater with little cute little
Ah.
buttons on it,
Uh-huh.
and I'm knitting it in a nice rusty orange colorway that is just going to
Ooh.
be so perfect for the fall.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a fall. Yeah. Is
Yes,
it worsted or
it's a
fingering?
fingering weight, so
Oh
it'll be a
wow.
good transition one. But Claire was kind enough that we have until like the beginning of August to finish this fingering weight sweater, so it'll be perfect once it's time to wear it.
Right. Wait, is it sorry, so it's the waffle stitch, but is there like color work or is it like
No, it's all
uniform
just a
color?
textured knit, which is really
Okay.
fun.
Right. So I mean with the fingering weight texture
It's
knit,
slow going.
so
It's so slow going, but it's
and
gonna be
with
worth it.
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love fingering weight sweater cardigan like what you said, it can be transition. And if you have color work fingering weight, it's makes it thicker anyway, so that's
Mm-hmm.
just perfect for the fall going into winter. Nice. So I'm assuming you have so I'm assuming when you are on the road no one is back home to create more yarn or
No, so
fiber.
we mostly
Yeah.
travel on the weekends, and then all week I'll be dyeing yarn during the weekdays, and we'll have it prepped
Wow.
and put back on the truck to start selling over the weekend.
That makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
fiber festivals usually in the weekend, so you do have your weekday to
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So do you take time off? Like, can you find like downtime in your business yeah
Yeah.
schedule?
So we definitely have been making more effort this year to take time off for
Okay,
ourselves. It's really hard when your passion is also like your hobby. Like, so is knitting taking time off? No, but I still get to do what I love. You know what I mean?
that's
Um,
good.
so there are definitely we've been making efforts to take days where we don't do things that are for work and that are specifically tied to like, oh, I'm making content while I'm doing this, or oh, I'm gonna take photos of what I'm working on, or ooh, let me just stop and so I do a lot of the illustrations for our graphics and stuff. Let me just
I
stop and do all
saw
the
that.
illustrations and like
Yeah.
so it's making that choice to not do that some days that
Right.
protects some of our
Yeah.
time.
So for the illustration, do you have background in making illustration? So you pick it up. is something that you enjoy, I'm assuming.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because
just something I started doing for fun, and we realized that other people enjoyed it, and
yeah.
it was a fun way to like share other parts of what we're thinking.
Oh, that's nice. So, do you enjoy traveling for your time off? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So for a minute we considered doing a brick and mortar, and when we thought about giving up the travel, we were like, we don't,
Oh,
since we're a married couple, like we couldn't, one of us couldn't take off, and like it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't get to travel together, which is
yeah.
the appeal of it. So
Yeah.
being able to just travel in the truck is really fantastic.
Do you get a lot of inspirations when you travel for your next colorway? Is
Mm-hmm.
that your
I
work
do. And then,
process?
there's the also like the playlist inspiration. Like obviously we're talking about how Mamma Mia is like blasting as we're doing things. We're like, oh, we're gonna do Mamma Mia, and I'm like, okay, but we really need a Chapel Roan sock set. Like, I desperately need Chapel Roan socks, like in my life, right?
In my life right
And
now.
that's like, I want to do a colorway that's called Wand and a Rabbit, and I want another one that's called Knee Deep. Like, that's going to happen. But like, those are only things that you think about. There's that road
When
trip
you
chatter where you're just like kind of a little
exactly.
bit out of it, and you're like, you know what? Do you remember that show Cyber Chase? Maybe we need some Cyber Chase colorways,
No, that's amazing. That's amazing how, what things inspire people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fun that, you have your music, background inspiration. If it were up to me, it will all be food names.
Well, I'm currently wearing a pair of socks that are they're from our Pie Day collection, and we did shepherd's pie, so they're
Ooh.
called Get
Oh,
Mashed because they're mashed potato colors, and the contrast colors are Don't Carrot All, and it's a carrot orange, and then
Carrick.
pea colored because it's pea
Yeah.
colored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I need to research more about your colorway because and it's fun. It's just that's one thing about like hand dyed like hand dyed
Mm-hmm.
fibers. It comes with the fun names and instead of red 42
Mm-hmm.
or nice. So going staying with the food topic, do you have any favorite food that you always go for when
I
you
have decided that it is my mission in life to try as many different dumplings as possible.
oh
It is like
and
when we travel, I will find another place with dumplings and I will eat dumplings. Like I will try any dumpling. Like it is the thing about carbs filled with other foods.
with right
Like there are so many options. Like a bao, delicious.
right
Soup dumplings, also incredible. Apple dumplings that are like basically pies, also
right.
wonderful. Like you can't go wrong with dumplings.
um I don't know if you would ever pass by Jersey, New York City, but there's a lot of like Shanghai dumpling places
Oh,
and all that. Like,
incredible.
yeah. So, that's all right. That's really nice, Kat, to share your journey, your work, your science, your passion, your inspiration, and like this kind of things you will never know until you actually
Hmm.
like interview, figure out, or share. And I really am excited about like finding you and your partner, your wife, and what you share together with the community. So I definitely will be continuing to follow you, and definitely during the month of June, again,
Uh-huh.
either the Waterloo or
To take a chance.
the Take a Chance, because I want to make a vest that is designed by Jules that I interviewed 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
and I think that will be nice with either the Waterloo or the Take a Chance. or if or maybe I even will change my mind to isn't it so sad, or wasn't that the
Ain't it sad
green,
that like
ain't
nice
it sad?
green? Mm-hmm.
Yes, that will be also nice. It's just a vest, and I've never had a vest, but I think that will be a really nice transitional
Mm-hmm.
piece. And I don't know if I want to go variegated or like tonal,
Yeah.
but this Mamma Mia is an amazing
You can't go wrong with Mamma Mia.
right? So, and I can even tell people, oh yeah, this is a Waterloo color of a vest, because that will be a beautiful, what do you call, like a discussion point.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time from the festival. How long is the festival going? This is already
It is 10
11:40.
to 4 today and 10 to 4 tomorrow.
Okay, so
Yeah,
hopefully you get a lot of people stopping by, and thank you again for your time.
thank
Say
you.
hi to Penny, and
I will.
hopefully in August I will be able to meet you. I will check your schedule up in
Absolutely.
Boston, and yeah, just to say hi. But yeah, well, okay, thanks, Kat, and have a great weekend, and
Thank
and
you.
we'll continue to connect. Yeah. All right. All right. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.